Well, that's how the candidates plan on handling small businesses and their employees, but a growing number of Americans don't have an employer. 497,000 Americans are now unemployed, according to the U.S. Labor Department, and more than 600,000 jobs have been cut this year so far. The unemployment crisis is affecting more than just the workers. Some states may actually not be able to afford unemployment benefits. Joining us now to discuss this, Pat Powell from the Powell Financial Group. Hi, Pat. Thanks for being here.
Hi.
You know, it's hard for people to get a grasp of that, but states really are in a bind, many of them, and they might not be able to afford unemployment benefits. Explain that.
Well, unemployment is rising. You know, the numbers are up at 6.1. There's every reason to expect that they could go higher. And we know that at least 10 states have unemployment trust funds that are under 6 months of reserves. So 6 months from now, they're going to run out of money. And some are even worse. For instance, California with 7.7% unemployment may run out in March. And you have South Carolina with 7.6% has only 3 months left of reserves. And payroll taxes are how we fund these. So if you have higher unemployment, what happens is at the same time we're drawing on these, you have less money coming into the system.
So if you're someone, Pat, who just lost their job, or perhaps you fear you may lose your job, this is a scary scenario. What do you tell those people out there?
Well, I actually tell them that the most important asset that you have usually is your ability to work. So if you are still in the workforce, go out there and be the best employee that you can possibly be. Help your employer make that job work. And what you want to do is, if there are layoffs, you want to be the last person to be laid off. If you are laid off, you want to be the one who walks out with a letter of recommendation, and you want to get back in the workforce as quickly as you can. If you are laid off, don't sit back and wait. This could get a lot worse before it gets better. So don't wait because you're collecting unemployment. Go out there and look for a job immediately and be flexible.
Did you catch that? Pat Powell is reiterating a commonly held rich man's view of the American working class, i.e., that the American worker would rather sit at home and collect unemployment benefits than go out and look for a job. Clearly, this woman has never been on unemployment, or she wouldn't make such a stupid remark.
We should point out that the federal unemployment benefits would still be the safety net here. And the White House has had concern that this stimulus package going from 13 weeks to 26 weeks would really enforce or encourage people to not look for that next job.
Bret Baier, as Fox's spokesman, just repeated a variation on the same myth, i.e. that if you extend benefits longer, people will stay at home, drink beer, and watch TV rather than go get a job.
Absolutely. What we have is we have a $53 billion federal trust fund, but that trust fund is supposed to be there for two purposes. One is what you call the extended unemployment, when unemployment rises by 25% locally. But the other thing that it does is it's going to lend to states that are going to run out of money. So those 10 states that we're concerned about are going to be knocking on the federal door saying we need to borrow some of this money so that we can keep our unemployment running. This is a perfect storm. So everywhere you look, the economic problems can be bubbling up.
A perfect storm. That's a good way to put
Absolutely.
it. Pat Powell of the Powell Financial Group, thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.